code. This segment is probably a little bit for the programmers who want to understand the Bitcoin code. So all the relevant code, most of the codes are inside the SRC folder, Bitcoin SRC. As you can see, these codes are, this is all the file lists here. So compat, config, so I assume the configurations are here. So I use Eclipse as my IDE. So here you can see Eclipse. So this is the Eclipse. I have Bitcoin here. So let me close my other projects, close all. So basically this code here, as you can see, Bitcoin master is basically the master branch of that you can see in the GitHub. So it's just synchronized, and it's the latest code that Bitcoin developers have put there. So this is, as you can see, all the Bitcoin sources are here. Bitcoin source, compat, configuration have most of the Bitcoin config. We can look at it, bitcoin config.h, and as you can see, there are version information and whether enable wallet. So different configuration means different things, and it's the Boost library of C++ has been used in Bitcoin. So, and this consensus algorithm is here, cryptographic algorithm or utility files are here, and so LevelDB is the database that is the database created by Google, which is a very efficient, lightweight database, and Bitcoin uses LevelDB to store a blockchain. That means when I say that, okay, it's synchronizing, your Bitcoin client is synchronizing with a Bitcoin network, that means it basically downloads the block information in the blockchain in the LevelDB database format. It creates a LevelDB database format. So actually Gavin had a Bitcoin tools before, which actually extracted from this database to get the Bitcoin block information. So this is a Qt part. In the Qt, so that the graphical user interface that we have, so basically all the source related for the creation of the graphical user interface is inside this Qt folder, and is script. So when we do Bitcoin transaction, that means we are sending we are digitally signing. Digital signing is involved, and there's two part of the the input of the Bitcoin input transaction and the Bitcoin output transaction. We have a script pub key, and so so if I go to Block Explorer, so what I meant is, if we look at a transaction, let's go to this block and go to the raw block. I want to see it raw. So this raw block is basically when we do get block using Bitcoin CLI, it basically brings this except the details of the transaction, only this hash value. Okay, so inside a transaction we have this script sig. So basically this is the digital signature that you are creating. So I will describe how in my transaction videos later how this signature is being created, and how Bitcoin client or Bitcoin your wallet software uses this this is script sig and this is script pub key, and to create new transaction. Okay, so as you can see in this is script public key. So this is the Bitcoin address that will receive the Bitcoin that these addresses trying to the addresses in the input section are trying to send. Okay, and the amount of Bitcoin will be 20.20625986. Okay, so there's a programming happening here. So this is the programming language, we can say, but a very basic level of programming that Bitcoin relies on, that is called a script. So these are script. So Bitcoin uses a scripting system for transactions. The script is simple, stack-based, processed from left to right. Okay, it's a stack-based, and stack-based means it only understands pushing and popping. Okay, so it is not purposefully not Turing complete. That means with no loops. So you can't have for loop or while loop. So as you can see in the transaction, we have seen this op dub, op hash. So these are the you can find them here, op dub, op hash. So these are the commands that Bitcoin uses from this script, stack-based programming, to make validate transactions, to have multi-sig to have complicated transactions using multi-signatures. And so I was showing you the code. So this is script part. So this script, it basically handles those things. So all these commands, all these operations that you are seeing here is basically implemented under this script. Okay, so we have support. These are the tests. So basically, for successful software development, you need to have very rigorous testing. And wallet, this is related to the wallet. Okay, so dumping and all other things. Later, probably I will go into detail of this code. I also don't know each and everything, and it's not very easy to understand. If I almost 6 years, right? 6 years long project within few days. So there are other so in a C++ project, you basically have a header file, and which ends with .h, and you have a C++ file that ends with .cpp. Okay, so this is the Bitcoin d.cpp. If we look inside, so this is the Bitcoin daemon that we started. Okay, so this is the chain.h. So if we go to the chain.h, so I use Eclipse because Eclipse has this nice outline in the right hand side, where you can see all the classes and all the methods. And it's like a summary. It's like an outline, as it says. Okay, so so there are lots of things that we can go through here, and so many it's very interesting if you are a programmer and if you want to learn so many things from here. So today as we are talking about Bitcoin block, and this segment of my videos are I was trying to focus mainly on Bitcoin block and the introductory, how you can run Bitcoin client, Bitcoin core, install it, and use Bitcoin CLI to get Bitcoin block information. And there are so many other things in the background in the Bitcoin. You need to handle network, you need to handle so many other things that you can see here in different files are trying to do. So these are the RPC RPC server.cpp. These are when I am doing this get block, get new address, this RPC call, basically some part of the program here get triggered. So so I want to show you that, okay, when I showed you here in the Bitcoin block hash, which part of the code actually deals with deals with this. So there's in the source we have primitives. There's a section under source called primitives. So in the GitHub, did I already close it? No. In the GitHub under source we have primitives. In the primitives you have block and transaction class here. So the construction, the structure, I'm talking about the structure of the block. So that the structure of the block and the structure of the transaction is defined here. Okay, so if I go to the block.h, as you can see in the, we have the C block header. This is the class that creates the block. Okay, so C block header, as you can see, it has current version, hash previous block, hash Merkle root, Merkle root hash, the time when the block gets generated, beats, nonce, C block header. So these are exactly what it is. Okay, so this is the place in the code where the block class has been defined, which has the header information of the block and all the different methods here to get different information. So these are serializing, probably too much savvy, I won't go through it. So this is the gate block time. For example, you want to when a Bitcoin client needs the time for each block is basically give it calls gate block time, this method. Okay, and basically this is the header file where we have only the signature or the prototype of the methods, and some methods are implemented under the block.cpp, as you can see. And so when I do gate block